morning, you guys, it's Karen and I am here to review. I was about to show you my book. I can show you my book if you like. Busy overthinking, this is where my notes are, but I'm going to be reviewing this, our first impressions review on the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Eye Serum. I know there are a lot of thoughts out there about it, specifically to do with its price. So I was sent this serum. I didn't know that it was coming out. One of the things I haven't kept up with is, you know, things that are coming out, new products by brands that I like, etc. So I was delighted to be sent this and be like, oh, an eye serum from The Ordinary, that's great. So I have been using it for about 4 or 5 days, something like that. And I'm really enjoying it so far. But I've written down my notes and I've compared this to the FECC that I also have. This is a new bottle that I haven't yet used. That's the NIOD Eye Serum. And I'll quickly talk about it compared to what used to be called Buffet, the multi-peptide serum for face. So it's £19.99, which seems to be the biggest issue for people. They don't feel that it's sort of in line with most of the Ordinary products, but there are some other products on the Ordinary that have been a higher price range. I know certainly I bought the ethylated ascorbic acid, which is about £15. The Buffet with copper peptides is £28 or £28.90. So I'm not sure if people also had an issue when that came out. What was called Buffet, that's £25.90. Then you've got this eye serum, you've got the ethylated ascorbic acid at £18, a vitamin C, the ascorbyl tetracycline palmitate at £17.60. So there are a few other items at that higher price point. I would have bought this had I have not been sent it and I'd have found out about it. I would have bought it at £20. Now, probably a year ago, I wouldn't have bought it at £20 because I didn't feel like I had that many issues, but I feel like my under eye bags, wrinkles, dark circles, all of it has kind of hit me at once. And so it's more important to me to try and address that. So I would certainly have paid the £20 to try it and see if it works. Obviously, I think it would be a much better price point to be at £12, £13, £14, but I don't know what their costs are and why they've put it at that price. I would say it would be a good business decision to put it at the lowest price they can. So I don't know. It's weird because I agree that there is this cost of living crisis and a lot of us are suffering. And I think people think that the businesses aren't also suffering, but they are, you know. I suppose it's a charity, but we have got an animal rescue home near us that is closing down. And before they closed down, they announced an increase in the price of boarding cats and dogs. And people were outraged by it, but now they're closing down because they can't afford their gas and electricity. So, you know, it's hitting businesses as well. The prices are going up for everybody. So I'm not too upset at the price, but I can also see why people are. Because it's a little bit higher than most of their products. Okay, so price aside, let's look at the ingredients. These are obviously peptides. It's a multi-peptide serum, and they are mostly peptides that target the specific signs of aging around the eyes, which is great. The first ingredient is EGG, which is a form of EGCG. You may have seen that serum. It's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. It has niacinamide in it, which is a general great anti-aging product and kind of strengthens the skin. This has, I've put all the ingredients in my book shortened, so I'm certainly not going to remember what they are. It has an ingredient called Fraxinus excelsior bark extract, which is hydrating, and that's great. And I really want to mention that because one thing I found about this is it is hydrating. It has palmitoyl tripeptide 38, which is matrixyl synth 6, and that is known to help crow's feet. So I'm all about that ingredient there. It has, that must be acetyl tetrapeptide 5, which is great for eye bags. It has nonapeptide 3, which is something that is thought to mimic retinol, but without the side effects. It has a dipeptide in it that's got some good research I've written down here. Myristoyl nonapeptide 3, and I've talked about that one. Dipeptide diamino butyryl benzylamide diacetate. That one has got some good research showing for crow's feet. Again, really happy about that. And this also has caffeine, which is shown to be good for dark circles and under eye bags. So it's got a good amount of eye specific peptides and ingredients in there. So I was really interested when I looked at the ingredients, looked up what the research behind them was. I was really interested. There is some research done by The Ordinary on this specific eye serum, but honestly, I wouldn't take much from those results because there's like 25 people, something like that, not very many people in that study. So it's not really a big study with reliable results. But there are some individual studies on the ingredients that are more sort of robust. So the claims are that this works on the appearance of common signs of aging around the eye area. Reduces the appearance of crow's feet and under eye wrinkles, eye bags, puffiness and dark circles, leaving the eye area looking brighter, smoother and less puffy. And that's all exactly what I want. This is one that you use AM and PM, or you can use AM and PM. I have been doing that for the last 4 or 5 days because it's a really easy product to use and you don't need to use very much, which is something else to mention in terms of the price. Like you can put one little drop like that onto your hand, and that will do both eyes. And you know me, I like to use a lot of product, but that will easily do both eyes, you know. It's a lovely serum. It's watery. It is a water-based serum, but it doesn't feel like, when I'm rubbing it in there even, it feels like it's got a little bit of hydration to it, which is, you know, that product I talked about, and it's not going to dry out the area, which is something that a lot of you, and myself included, had from the caffeine, using the caffeine serum. It doesn't feel too oily or anything like that. It feels like it sinks in pretty quickly. There's a slight amount of, like, if you don't put anything over it, you can feel that it's ever so slightly, I don't want to say tacky, but there's still, you know, it hasn't completely 100% sunk in after a few minutes, but not to the point where like your hair would stick to it or whatever, because that would really bother me. But I do put this on underneath my night cream in the evening and underneath my SPF in the morning. This has a shelf life of 6 months, so you've got 6 months to use it. So again, I think that, you know, from that point of view, I absolutely would have paid the £20 to try this, use it for 6 months, morning and night. It's not going to run out. I don't need to replace it, and then see if there's any difference. And if there is a difference, it's 100% worth that money to me. Obviously, I can't see any difference at the moment, other than it does hydrate the area, which always instantly shows you or makes things look better. You know, it instantly kind of softens the lines around your eyes, etc., etc. How long that's lasted, like after I put my makeup on, I don't know. But I did take pictures before I used this of my eyes in sort of all different angles, and I would do pictures again at 4 weeks. So you're supposed to see a little bit of a difference at 4 weeks, and then again at 8 weeks and 12 weeks. So I'll do some photo comparisons, and if and when I see any difference, I will come back and show you. And this is something I'll probably be quite dedicated to using, because it's a very simple part of my routine. You know, I was just saying how over Christmas I did a serum and then a night cream. I can't remember if I used any eye serums at the time, did I? Because I did have one. I think I maybe used some eye patches that I had, but because it's such a concern to me, the bags and the circles and the lines and everything, then I'm more likely to stick to it. What I've noticed online is some people are saying that this may be the replacement for the Hylamide Sub-Q eyes, because obviously the Hylamide is being discontinued. That Sub-Q one is on sale, by the way, if you're interested. And I've had a look at that, and there are a couple of peptides that are the same in both of them, a couple of ingredients that are the same, but it's definitely not a match for match, you know. But some people loved that Sub-Q, some people didn't have any results from it. Again, I've heard people saying that you could just buy the multi-peptide serum for face from the Ordinary, so the one that used to be the buffet, and just put that all around your eyes. Well, that's something that as when I spoke about the, I want to call it buffet, and it's not, it's the multi-peptide serum. When I spoke about that in my skincare, was it my skincare routine recently? I said I do put it all over my eyes. So that is something you could do. If you don't want to buy a separate eye serum, you could use that peptide all around your eye area, and that is something that I did. But it doesn't have the eye specific peptides in, whereas this does. This has way more of a concentration and way more peptides that are specific to the eye area. And then finally, people are asking how it compares to this, the fractionated eye concentrate by NIOD. Now, this one is £50, so a lot more expensive, more than twice the price for the same amount. You can see exactly the same amount, same bottle, same dropper formula. There are 2 peptides that are the same in these 2. But other than that, the ingredients are quite different. There is a lot more in the NIOD formula, a lot more. And sometimes that can be a good thing. And I guess there's pluses and minuses, because to me, there's a lot more ingredients in the NIOD formula. So there's more chance of one of those ingredients working for you, and there's more technology in there. But at the same time, then they are diluted, whereas this is more, there's less ingredients. So you're probably getting a higher percentage of those targeted ingredients. but it almost seems to me like this is a more affordable version of the FECC, to be honest. This one, it feels pretty much like this. Let me just put this on to see. This one's got a bit of a darker colour to it. That one's running down my hand a bit easier, actually. Let me see with this one, see how they compare like that. Yeah, they're both running down, but the FECC one on here seems like it's a bit thinner, but under the eyes, the FECC one feels a little bit more silky. That's the only thing that I would say I noticed. I have never had amazing results from the NIOD one, but I haven't ever done I don't think anyway, did I do the before and after? You know, this is me after a month, this is me after 6 weeks of using it. I don't remember doing that, and I don't remember ever going, this is amazing. So I am going to be really super interested to see exactly what effects I get from this and what results I get from this, especially because I'm not really using anything else at the moment. I'm not using any retinol, any retinoids, any devices. I'm not using anything, so if there are differences, it will be because of this. I think that's everything to talk about. I hope that that was useful to you. Let me know what you think about the price and about the product, and have you bought it? Are you going to buy it? Or are you going to wait and see what my results are? I'm really excited to see what the results are, because the claims are quite high, aren't they? And like I said, this is an area that is really, really bothering me just now. I'm in my normal room, but I am still using my iPhone because honestly, it looks so much better. Somebody said it looks more natural. I hope that this is what I more naturally look like, rather than on the DSLR. I'll try and do some footage on the DSLR and show you, because it's just night and day. The differences are night and day. Anyway, that's everything for today. Let me tell you what I am wearing. Oh, you can see the sun starting to come in and cast some shadows. I've got on the IT Cosmetics foundation in 22.5. I've got on the Bare Minerals eyeshadow in blush. Then on my cheeks is the Fenty blush in Summertime Wine. On my lips is a new lipstick. It is by Jaclyn Hill cross Morphe, and it is called Sweetheart. It's actually, this is what I've been looking for, a dupe of. This is MAC Mare, and let me show you if I put that on. You can see it's exactly the same colour. So I was looking for a cruelty-free version of this, which was my favourite lipstick many years ago. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.